Hi there, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be speaking on the Okapi machete and this other knife that my friend Arthur, shout out to him, got me this last week. I want to speak about my knives within the self-defense realm. A lot of my knife videos are about self-defense, and I use that because you're more likely to use a knife for self-defense in this day and age than you probably will for outdoor work. So a lot of the time people will get a knife like this and they'll be like, okay, I'm going to go out and chop a tree. Well, I don't want you to do that with this. Yes, this is a machete. It's called the Bowie machete. This one specifically is an Okapi machete. It's a South African brand, and it's the similar sort of knife to the cold steel bowie machete. They sort of partnered up with South Africa and they made these. I customized the sheath myself. Okay, put a bit of leather work on it, and I put a little bullet on the end just for extra decoration. And the reason why I like these kind of knives is because you can do this with this kind of knife, right? You can modify the sheath to your recommendation, to your specification, to your personal look, right? I love a little bit of leather, but I do also like this Kevlar type material. So remember that scene from Crocodile Dundee where it says, "This is not a knife, that's a knife." This is why I love this knife, because it gives you that feel. Lynn Thompson specifically said that he made these knives so that people like us, normal people, can afford a bowie knife. A college student, a everyday citizen, a middle class person. He wants them to be able to have a bowie knife. It is a beautiful, beautiful knife. Beautiful knife. Yes, it doesn't come razor sharp. Yes, it doesn't come hair cutting sharp. But you know what? It doesn't matter. And yes, it's a machete. And yes, you can go out and chop a small tree down, and that's great because it's great in a pinch. But this is not why I bought this knife. Definitely not. It is good. It is quick in the hand. It's got that classic Bowie clip point. Yes, it's 1055 carbon steel, and yes, it does tend to rust a bit, but you know what? Nothing that a bit of sandpaper can't fix. Nothing that a bit of WD-20, W40, and Q20 can't sort out. Sorry, I got two numbers mixed up there, but yes. Q20 or WD-40. South African is WD-40. Worldwide is Q20. We also have Q20 here. Okay? And you just take a bit of sandpaper, you can put a bit of an edge back on with a bit of sandpaper because it's a hollow grind edge. And you can just sharpen it back up a bit. Take away the bit of the rust, put a bit of Q20, WD-40, and it's back to its original way again. The clip point is also quite sharp, but I can promise you it'll still cut. Okay? The good way to test this is what I say, or what people call the nail cut test, right? Is to take your nail and glide the knife here. Look, it catches. It's not moving at all, left or right. Okay, it leaves a bit of a mark, and there's a bit of nail on the edge. That is a sign that this blade is sharp enough. I haven't put an edge on this, and it has come like this. This is enough to use in self-defense. Because it's heavy, it'll also chop well. It chops like a machete, so it'll go into the bone. Okay? It's a chopping knife, not a drag and pull knife like a little knife is made to do. So, this is what this knife is made for. Intimidation, self-defense, and I don't know, I find it beautiful. I don't have the money to go out and buy a high-end bowie knife. I just don't. Not many people do. So if something happens to that kind of knife, well, you're out of pocket, and you've got to go out and get the money to go and get a new one. You even get insurance for it. Where this one isn't going to break my bank account. And it's still as effective as Lynn Thompson has proven. It stands up to the test, just like the high-end bowie knives do. They're usually full tang, they go all the way through to the handle. I've seen people test these out with bullets and guns and all sorts of cool things. And it stands up. The handle breaks, but the knife still holds up. The edge can chip, but it still holds up to the task. It's good high quality sheath. Very, very, very good quality sheath. A lot of people skimp on the sheath. They just don't care about the sheaths, right? It's got a very, very good handle. And it doesn't flop around on the hip. I have worn this once or twice on the hip. And it's very, very, very comfortable. It doesn't flap. Okay, and it's sturdy. It holds in tight to the sheath, even without this buckle. Look, it doesn't even fall out. Okay, I'm not even holding, I'm just holding the edges, and it doesn't fall out at all. Look, so it's not going to jump around. Look, it really, really doesn't jump around. See there? Okay, it's not buckled in at all. The other knife, thanks to my friend Arthur, the same one with the knuckle dusters in the previous video, got me this one. Yes, it's a Chinese knife, Jinglang, Colombia or something. Again, the name brands, right? I'm not going to get a knife for name brands. I'm not. This is a very thin edge. Okay, definitely holds up to the nail test. Okay. I think it's a stainless steel blade. I don't think it's a 1065 or anything. But I have had a few of these and they hold up well. It's got a good intimidation factor. It looks like a high-end quality knife if you look at it quickly. It's got a very good handle. It's a very good quality handle, very nice wood. It's got beautiful grain work. And it catches the eye. Again, a very good quality sheath. Same kind of material as my bowie machete. Okay? It slides in well into the sheath. And again, it doesn't really jump around. See? It doesn't really jump around that much. So you could technically still wear it without having it jump out too much. Unless you're going to be jumping around crazily and whatever, you can have it on your belt and you have a beautiful knife with a guard. With a bowie style blade. Clip point. It's got beautiful hand imprints so that it fits the hand beautifully. And it fits well and it's light and it's fast. Again, you're not going to go out and chop a tree down with this. It's for self-defense. I buy these for self-defense. It's got extremely thin tip. Easy to put an edge back onto this thing if it does wear out. If it breaks, it doesn't matter because it's not going to cost you money to go out and get another one because it's not bench-made. CRKT, cold steel, high-end brand knives. I'm not dissing cold steel at all. They are very, very good quality knives. From the price to this, I do have the cold steel bowie machete as well, but I've also got this Okapi one. Identical. They're identical. Nice for everyday people. Not more ninja knives. It doesn't even look like a more ninja knife. And that's what I want to say is stop getting into this whole trend lately of has to be hair cutting sharp and shave your hair with it and it has to have a high-end quality name and it's a trend and has to be handmade and hand forged by I don't know X, Y, and Z. There's no need for it. Alright, there's no need to have that. Another knife I want to show you also by my friend Arthur. He bought me this beautiful butterfly. Now, I want to end with this. The butterfly I like because there's a lot of uses for it. People think, oh yeah, you can flail the knife and it's, it's good for flailing and it's cool for trickery and and there's butterfly competitions out there. You know, I'm not the best butterfly flicker out there, you know, but I can get it done, right? The reason why I like this is because it's the use of a kupiton, right? In the Philippines, it's a Filipino martial arts weapon. So you have it in your pocket, and you can use this edge, right, as a pocket stick. And I can promise you, if they come down and hit someone with this, okay, it really hurts. Like, just tapping this hurts like crazy. Okay, you can come down and you can strike with this end. Okay, at the same time, you can still strike and use this, right? So you can still use this to flail, right? Okay, you can still use it, and then you can still take. It's open, right? It's got its own sheath, so it's open. It's strong. Okay, it's not going to break because there's nothing. They're cheap as well. They're very, very cheap. Again, replaceable. It's not the high-end knife. I got it at a little Chinese shop up the road here. Okay, I'll put my own edge onto it, so it's sharp enough. Look, holds up. All right. The reason why I like this also is because, remember, you can flail, right? You can flail it, right? So it's here, look here, look here, look here, and then you can boop. Okay? So you can be here, look at the knife, look at the knife. You're going to be looking at the knife, and then it can hit you, right? Then from here, I can finish you off. All right? I like it because in the pocket, it's also a dual weapon. Again, it's a pocket stick. All right? So I'm going to be using it as such. So I have it, and it slides into your pocket. You don't even know it's there. Look, you can't even see that I have a knife. All right? Then it's here, and I'm here. Right? And I can strike. See? So I can use that technique, right? All right? So a lot of boxers, you can go for the hands and hit the hands, right? Hit the arms, all right? Come across, hit down at the jaw, onto the collarbone, okay? Someone grapples you, you can push, all right? And I can put a lot of pain here, it hurts, right? So someone takes your arm, you can come here and you can push down and still come through and finish him without having to open this thing. So it's a less lethal option with a lethal blade. Very cheap, get it up the road. If something happens to it, throw it away, get another one. It doesn't really cost you. You don't have to get thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars because you want to keep up with the trends. Okay? People overlook these things. I don't know why. I don't know what's happened. It was a trend back in the 60s, 70s, 80s. I don't even know when. People love these things, same stilettos. It all went downhill. But I love these because it's Filipino, right? Same as the karambit. It works similar to the karambit, right? With the flailing, okay? Just remember which side the blade is at because you don't want it to close on your hand. All right? Again, it's that whole flail, right? Same as the karambit. It's flailing, okay? So using that same motion. Okay? Using that same motion. And I can promise you, if I hit you with this, okay, because it flails, right? So I can use the figure of 8, right? I don't know if you can hear that whipping sound. Okay? So if I come up, here it is. See, I whip it, and it's round in my hand. See, whip it. So I'll whip it, but I can still drop the knife down. There's a lot of technique behind this, and it's easy to play around. It's fun. It's like a fidget spinner. You can play around with it while you're watching TV, eating a sandwich, drinking coffee, WhatsApping somebody. You don't have to look at it. I'm not even looking at it. I'm just playing with it here. Okay. You get trainers for this. All right. There's a lot of cool things you can do with these things. But remember, it's a lethal pocket stick, okay? You don't want to get yourself into trouble, and this will get you out of it. And yes, there are laws against carrying butterfly knives, and it's dangerous, and it's illegal in certain places. But this will get you out in a pinch, really it will. You can even use this end as well to get yourself out of it. Full steel, heavy steel. Okay, it's very heavy. Okay, and a small tap on the hand. And it's winter here in South Africa. And it's cold. After this, I'm going to have a nice cup of coffee. Just to heat up a bit. But I promise you, a quick snap on the hand. Okay, or a quick hit on the hand. It'll probably shatter your hand and break it. And here, I can still open it. Okay? It'll take some practice, but it works. So those are the 3 knives I just wanted to talk about today. The uses of a butterfly knife, the use of this, why I bought this, the use of this, and the reason why I bought this. I hope this helps. I'll talk more about this sometime regarding, the back cuts. Okay, I've got more reach with that, so I've got the back cuts and, the use of it and how it can be used as a fighter, in a quick back cut and draw or quick chop. Okay, you can still turn it and cut, and cut. Things like that. It's amazing and it feels great in the hand. And I've held high-end quality bowie knives. I've got the Bowie Marauder from Cold Steel. Beautiful knife too, but razor sharp. One I'm going to get into there, and I'm going to show you the high-end quality knives I do have too. I've got the Voyager, the Cold Steel Voyager, those kind of knives, which I will get into. I've got so many knives, but I'm so passionate about it, and also utilizing it in things that people are scared to talk about, right? Like self-defense. Butterfly knives for self-defense, right? Why? I'm not scared to use this thing for self-defense. I'm not scared to, carry this. Alright? This will definitely work. You don't have to be trained to use this. Really, it's easy just to use your knife, a butterfly knife like this, as a pocket stick. It's not going to come apart in your hand. It's not going to break. It's steel. It is pure steel, this. And it's thick steel. Okay? And this also. And look, I've got tools for this. Right? It's just a typical, sorry, I'm trying to get it to focus. But if we can't see, it's just what the normal folding knives have. It's that little hexagon bolt. And you can just tighten it with a knife kit, which I do have, if it does come loose. So it's easy to maintain. Okay, great in the hand, right? Even as this, you can play around with it, left and right, right? So it doesn't matter which side you want to use it, right? Okay, I will talk to you a bit about the Piper technique, which is South African, right? So it's here, and then it's here, okay? You can drop down, things like that, all right? So it's in this hand, right? Now it's here, and I can use it, all right? I can switch hands, right? How to switch hands with the knife, right? Okay, like Fairbairn Sykes. Okay, World War II, right? Switching hands, even with something like this. Okay, because they're going to see something in your hand. And it's here, right? You have to think like this. You have to. You have to. Bone-shattering weapon like this, with this good blade. It's not the best quality blade, maybe it's not the sharpest blade, but I promise you it will definitely work. It doesn't take a lot to get into the neck, it doesn't take a lot to get into your skin. It really doesn't. Anyway, I hope these kind of videos do help you, these one-on-ones with you. I hope these help and help you think a bit differently when it comes to knives. And not follow trends on Facebook or on YouTube or on Twitter, wherever you find these videos. I look at a lot of these videos on YouTube, right? And I just see what's out there. And it's just sad to see that people use the knives in a wrong way. And they teach people that these knives are made for outdoor work. I'm not going to take a 9mm and go hunting with it and then shoot down a Cape buffalo I can barely take down a Cape Buffalo with a rifle. And then say, oh, the Glock doesn't work, it's a piece of crap because, oh, you know, it wasn't, you know, it's not intended for that. These knives, yes, you can use it for outdoor work, and this is a hybrid, yes. You could. It's a machete, yes, you could. But I wouldn't. I'd rather use a cheap 70 Rand, $2 machete from Baldur's Warehouse. From any hardware shop. This is a nice knife. This is a knife that you can give your kids, and you know, it's well made and it feels great. They've put a lot of work into this. You know, it's cheap, but it's like, you know, when you go to a restaurant and it's like a little, I don't know, something small, and it's not really very expensive, but it's amazing food, right? And it's almost the same quality, it gives you the same sort of quality as high-end restaurants. Tasty, flavorful. This is what this is. Or you can take it home and you can add elements to it just to make it even better. You know, it's one of those dishes. Like fish and chips. You can add to it, make it special. Or you can take food from certain shops and you can make it better. Well, this is what this does. I've made it better. I've made it unique. I can take all this apart and make it original again. I can take it all apart and make something else, make different modifications to the sheath. It's not permanent to the point where once I've done something to it, I can't do it again. Or I can get another one and I can make another shape or design. This is why I love these kind of knives. I really hope that this helps you. I really hope that this educates you and makes you think differently. Makes you think differently to butterfly knives. A lot of people don't talk about this. They just sit there and they flail it and they, you know, and they go on about it and they do these kind of things, you know, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, all these tricks, and they can wrap it and they can curl it around and whatever. I'm not a butterfly. I use it for the purpose. I was taught to use it for opening it quickly and closing it quickly, right? Using it as a pocket stick, using it as a weapon, right? There, it's open, fast. So those are the things that I want to tell you and teach you and help you out with. I really hope this helps you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. You see me in the next video, sorry. And maybe as educational as this one. Like and subscribe if you do, and hope you enjoy these. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know in the comments what knives you carry. And again, I will end off again. Stop trying to get the high-end knife brands. There's no need for it. These work very well, and these are beautiful knives. Hope this helps.